What's going on, everybody? This is BLEAK here. Today I'm just going to be giving you guys a quick tutorial on how to use controller on these older games like COD2, World at War, kind of the best settings to use and kind of what feels the best to me. So let's get right into it. I'm on the DualSense Edge controller. As you guys know, this is a fairly new controller, so I guess it's probably kind of odd seeing it on a newer game, but it works great. I think this is probably the best controller ever made. So if you're gonna get a controller, go ahead and cop one of these, because this shit is fucking sick. Anyways, we'll get right into the video. COD2, as most of you guys know, it does not have any controller support on PC. So I did my best to basically make it work the way that it should. So basically, you know, no input lag, no delay, no weird sensitivity shit to where you're flapping around all over the place. It's pretty steady. As you guys can see, I can make fine, precise movements, flick around if I need to, throw a grenade. I also have a macro, so I can YY, and so what I'm doing here is the left joystick. It wants you to map it as a WSAD, you know, computer movement stuff, but you can actually change that and put it to your liking with also using DS4 WINDOWS. So if you kind of merge the two together, you get something that's almost perfect here. Yeah, I got the right part, my good old binoculars, left one, throw a nice smoke grenade over there. But yeah, I can aim, shoot, reload, jump, crouch, prone here. I have back paddles, so I can jump with these, whole 9 yards, baby. And I also have the other one right here, original start button mapped, and I can navigate the menus super easily. I'm going to show you the sniper because I'm sure a lot of you guys playing this type of game, you're into the sniping, and that's kind of what matters the most to you on controller, is being able to make a good sniper shot, hit some clips. I can aim real precisely. Boom. Nice and slow, nice and fast. So we'll get right into the settings. Go back to the main menu. Options. These are the in-game settings. So I didn't touch any of these here. You want the free look on. You don't want to smooth your mouse, that shit is dog shit. And I keep my sensitivity at a 4.11. 4.11 is just a sweet spot for me, nice and fast, but I can also slow it down with the other settings I got here on the Steam input. So I'll be showing you guys those in a sec. Let's go through the rest of these. Hit the move option, and I kept these all the same. Boom, boom, boom. The only thing I did change here was the space. So the space for the jump, the crouch, I unbound it, because you don't want to just only be able to crouch, right? The prone, control. So I set control to prone, because if you have control and tab somewhere close together and you're simultaneously pressing them, well, it's going to pull up the Steam input overlay. So control there, jump, stance up, left that unbound, and stance down, I put that at C. Put my strafe over here at X, so I can strafe with X, and I'll be showing you guys how that works here in a second. The shoot category, so your left mouse, which is obviously going to be your right trigger, right mouse, which is going to be aim down sight, not toggle, aim down sight for your left trigger. Wheel down for the weapon swap, reload R, wheel up, you guys can read. Binoculars, I got it all, man. So, interact, I left these all default. I guess I'll show you guys my graphics. This is what works good for me. I think it keeps me around a 2 RAM, something like that. I mean, this game doesn't take a whole lot. Bone bone. Sound. Game options. Well, I should probably turn this off. That's probably why I'm getting flagged. Don't show the blood. But yeah, I'll go leave this server here and join into one and just show you guys kind of how it's working. Pretty good stuff there. As you guys can see, I can flick onto people pretty easily. Pretty basic stuff, but yeah. Now we'll get into the Steam overlay. Alrighty, so here we are at Steam here. What you guys want to do is you guys want to go over here and click on this controller icon. So this is my controller overlay. Basically what I did was I took a layout here, went over to templates, community, and there will be a community layout here that is saying a layout made for Call of Duty 2, right, that doesn't support controller. So you guys want to click on that one. We'll go back to my layout. I'll show you guys what I got here. So we'll start at the buttons. Button pad. Got the X for jump, C for the crouch, reload, R, and weapon swap here for triangle. I kept it as a regular press. Didn't mess with any of these here. Bumpers. L1 is the mouse 5 click. Previous weapon is what it says, but that's not exactly what it is. Mouse 5 here, that is my melee. So I mapped the melee to the mouse 5 and kept it as a regular press. No settings changed. Alrighty. Next is the R1. So this is my macro button. As you see, I have the triangle to swap my weapons, so I usually keep a macro as R1. I'm just used to it at this point. What I did here, kept it as a regular press, and I turboed it and put it to 60. So 60 seems like a sweet spot for this game. Kept it interruptible. FN and right FN. These are the lean keys, so if I want to lean back and forth, I can use those to lean. So if you guys don't know what those are actually, so the function buttons are these things right here that you would use to pull out the joystick and replace a new one in the DualSense Edge. But you can use those as buttons actually. LB, which is left button paddle, that's my crouch. RB, right button paddle, that's the jump. I took this off here. This was the tab key. You don't want that necessarily. It doesn't really matter in this game. They're gonna show you your score at the very end anyways. I mean, it's Call of Duty 2, who really gives a fuck what your score is? Anyways, escape key for the menu. You gotta have a menu button. So that's what I put that start button to. This, I don't even know why this is there. I don't use it anyways. Alrighty, D-pad. Slide over here. All default. Triggers. Kept them all the same. Left, right. Basic stuff. Joysticks. Now this is where we get into the complicated part. So when you go to joysticks first, your left joystick is going to be set as, I think it's directional pad or something like that. You want to put it over here to joystick. This is the best setting here. That's how you're going to get the most out of your movement. And I put the click here. It does 2 commands. So this command here is X, which would be my strafe, and the long press would be the F key. So in this game, it's default to F, which you're gonna run with. But the only problem here is that I'm sure somebody else can figure it out. I'm just lazy. I don't really want to figure it out. The F key also picks up guns and that type of stuff. So you gotta be cautious of that if you want to use it like this. Otherwise, it's really not a big problem. Right joystick, this is where we get into the good stuff here. So my mouse sensitivity, I put it at a 2.18. That's what feels best for me. You can switch it around, do whatever you like. And I kept it at wide. I was playing extra wide for a minute, but it just seemed a little clunky, so wide it is. You want to keep this the same here. And I actually did a custom dead zone. So the circle all the way. You can show advanced options, and I put a anti-deadzone of 26.68. That's just a rough estimate of where I like it. And an anti-deadzone basically gives you more of a less clunky feel, I guess. So let's say it's like very stiff on your controller without this, but you could throw this on and kind of makes it more smooth a little better. Alright, no buffer on there, I don't need all that shit. Outer ring, that's just where it feels good for me. I guess you can leave it at default, it feels fine there, but I just felt it was a little better over here, maybe a little faster if that. Trackpad, the right one is the escape key, like I showed you in game, and the left one is the tab key. So let's say I want to pull out the map or the scoreboard, I can do it with that. So I actually forgot about that shit, but there you go. That's pretty much it there. It's fairly simple to do. You just customize it to your liking. Make sure the buttons match up in game, and you're pretty much good to go. If this helped you guys out, be sure to leave a like. So yeah, appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully you have a great day. Peace out.